friends, this is Leslie from Mermaid Cove Studio, and I am on today to share a Craftspiration Collaboration with my crafty bestie, Denise Abate-Smith from Treasures of a Crafty Mind. Now, Denise and I are doing a special project. We've got some additional collabs going on. We've got a lot going on right now, but we're having a lot of fun and hopefully bringing a lot of inspiration to you. So what we are working on right now is everybody's been kind of doing Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal, which is amazing. I have kind of taken a peek at a few that have been going around. Not very much peeking because I've just been crazy busy, but I'm fascinated with the idea. So Denise and I had a lovely little chat, and we decided we would do our own special little project. Now, kind of the things about stepping out of swaps and things lately have been postage. Postage has been out of control. And some of us are just not quite able to do that. And so I think what we thought about was, how can we do this at another level and have fun? So between the two of us, we came up with this idea that we would do our journal a little differently. Now, I am Mermaid Cove Studio. I think this would be me with that hair. I love it. Anyway, I have a printable. I've been doing a lot of printables. I'm enjoying that because I have a little more access to other papers. But this is a mermaid one. It's only, I think there's only a few pages. But what I really wanted was something very specific. So first off, we know I love the handwriting on the background. But this part will be used in my book. So what I did, I tried something new. I have been a fan of this type of binder. And I think you can buy them somewhere. I'm not really sure. I've seen them made, and there's different ways of making them. Now, for me, this is a trial run. I'm going to go ahead and do it for I'm going to turn my light on above. Okay, this might be a little better. I didn't want the ring light to show from my chandelier up above, but we need this kind of lighting. I love sparkle, I love sequins, and I wanted to create one of these notebooks. Now, this is a TN style. I love them because I can add pages. And the purpose of our journal is that we're each going to work on parts of the journal, and then we can just do flat mail and send it. If we want to add some die cuts, if we want to add some ephemera, we can absolutely do that. But we can do a 5x7 envelope and put our page in and mail it off, all for the cost of 1 or 2 postage stamps. That was our vision. We're going to try it out and see. I'm really excited about it. Denise and I work so well together. We pop off some great ideas. But this was my cover. I tried it. So what I did is I took a 12x12 page protector, and let me pull one out of my drawer so you can see what I'm talking about. I want to call it the old school layouts that we used to do, and I did learn how to go do all of that way in the beginning and found that I really didn't enjoy that aspect because I never put pictures in it. But I did enjoy creating. For one picture, I don't know. Anyway, so I have the page protector in my stash from way back in the day. Again, using what we have. And I kind of saw on YouTube, because it's so full of resources, ways that people were making these. Now, I cut off the size that I needed. I wanted this to be a 5x7, and I've got a 1.5-inch spine on that. I'm probably going to use, we're just going to do maybe 1 or 2 pages a month and then send them off the following month, something like that. All of the details are not quite there, but pretty darn close. I cut it to 7. This is a little bit bigger, so maybe 7.25 by 5. And I have the 1.5-inch spine. I busted out my sewing machine, y'all. Oh my goodness. I will tell you, my sewing machine hated every single moment of stitching on this. It took a little bit of work, but I made it happen. And I'm so proud of my machine. My machine is like 25, maybe 30 years old. Maybe 32 years old. And I think maybe I made a journal or something for a swap I was in, and I used my machine on that. Ooh, my machine was not happy. But I don't know enough about sewing on paper like I do on fabric. So ask me to make you a wedding dress. I could totally do that, but I don't do that anymore. I used to make all my kids' clothes. Sewing on paper is a whole different beast. I have so many questions, but I enjoyed the process. So, I'm going to do this again. In my head, I need this to be thicker. So, although I used what I had in my stash, I will be buying some vinyl because I think that will hold up better. But for what I'm doing with this right now, I think it's a lovely little start. So, I've got all kinds of glitter, which I had in my stash with mermaids and starfish and the like, is all been put inside here. It's really pretty. It's going to be a process, so there'll be more work involved. There'll be a mermaid on the front of this so that you can see it. I mean, I love this mermaid too. She's beautiful. So that's my outside. I've got 4 of where I could put my elastic through. And I can add 6 pages 6 folders, because I've got an additional 2 of these. So I can do 6 if I want to, or add a dashboard that is done out of this, because I'm going to do some more practice on that today. But here are the folders that I did. I printed these up. So we've got this beautiful watercolor mermaid with the writing in the back. I do not know what it says. I didn't read it. I just knew that colors needed to match. You'll have to go to Denise's channel to see what she did today, because this is today's project. This is what we're working on. We're getting it started. Her paper, I think we left each other up to whatever. It's our journal, and it needs to speak to who we are. And so I did this. I do know what she's doing. I'm excited for you to run over to her channel and go take a look at what she's doing. I don't know how she's planned her project, but I'm going to run over with you and go take a look at it. So right now I've got 4. I think we were going to do 3 signatures, but because this is my trial run, I mean, if I decide I hate this and I come up with a better plan, I can take these out and put them in a new journal, if this is not the one that I want to keep it in. The ideas here, we'll see if I do a remake of it. I'm not sure, because it's the first time I've done it, and I've been wanting to do this. I ruined a whole laminator because I did something terribly wrong, and that was put the sequins in and sent it through the laminator. You can't do that. It can't do its job. It gets stuck, and it's gross and messy. and you burn out your machine. Don't ask me why I did that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I did it. And that laminator has since gone and has been replaced by another with the very adamant words of never put sequins into the paper and send it through the machine because it doesn't work. Here's the back side of this paper. So these are my signatures. And I have an extra. I put an extra in because my book is so big. Oop, I believe I've got this one upside down. I do. Put that back in properly. There we go, that gorgeous seahorse. Now I have a couple tattoos. I don't have any, I have mermaid tails on me. And I have lots of under the ocean things. I used this guy right here, which I've had in my stash forever. At least 20 years, if not more. Who knows? However long that's been out on the market, I've had it. And this is the back of it. So I've got a piece of acetate, which this acetate is not heavy enough. And that's where I'm on the mission. We're going to order heavier acetate to put in. And then we're going to also get some vinyl to sew so that we've got a heavier book. Because this is pretty flimsy. It'll work. It'll work as we start to fill it up with pages. All right, my friends. I'm going to bring this project back next week with some pages in it. And we're going to start our very first page in our journals is going to be an about me. So that'll go right up here. And then I'm going to make two, one for my book, one for Denise's book. And then we end up sharing pages. So we each get one. So the outside of it's all about mermaids and who I am. But my about me page will be some pictures, maybe some flip up cards. I'll just do one side so that she can have one side. And I'm really excited to be able to share this as we start to work on this project together so that you can see and be inspired. Love the idea of lots of people doing the journals together. I think they're amazing and wonderful. But for this collab, we're just doing the two people, and we're going to do it a little bit different and have fun with it. All right, my friends, until next time, watch for our collaboration. For Sunday, we are bringing in some very special guests to help us celebrate Christmas in July. So you know these beautiful ladies. I'm going to let you wait for that save the date so you can follow us on Sunday. And please like, share, comment, and kindness only. If you're inspired, show us what you're doing. #ScrappyHappy. Now run over and go see my friend Denise. And if you've already been over there, then thank you so much. I'm excited you're here, and we will see you again next time. All right, friends. Bye.